So back to the manual, a manual for practice, industrialization. Yeah, it's a historic term that describes the change of society and economy in the 19th century. Efficiency, a race of efficiency and productivity, mainly through manufacturing and division of labor. So, what do we do that in the territory of fine art? Yes, there is fabrication. Yes, there's manufacturing for artists. That's a growing element in a certain section, in a kind of gallery world where the artist is actually cushioned by a system support that they organize themselves or that is organized around them. Whatever these kind of like economic shifts are, they still focus mainly on the individual, even if it's a collective or a group. It's always a kind of individual body that is stands in focus. This is kind of a huge difference if you think about theater or cinema, where everything is based on the division of labor, but also to some parts a distraction of attention. What is, so one big thing is, of course, there's suddenly money that hasn't been seen, at least in the contemporary art world, that is still raising in the last 20 years. And that has, of course, its impacts. We see that when we look at the museums, the influence of that money through the gallery and pushing the kind of the artists into this institution is something that you can see worldwide, but also the networking between a kind of a critical public institution and a kind of a private market is kind of like also diffusing. So that is absolutely a point that we need to be understood. But this is, of course, due to a certain kind of economical kind of changes. Similar thing, and that's where the curator comes in, where the curators also understand that this different industrial kind of standard allows also different movements or forces a different being in different ways in contact with such a industrial norm. Yeah, and remember, even if we have some sort of industrialized one artist who is put in this kind of scenario, all the other models are still alive. Yeah, we always have a kind of parallelity of these economies. It's not only one thing, but I think that kind of development has put an impact and has changed the role of all people involved, the artists, the curatorial, the institutions, and the private participants in that kind of market. That's it. Thanks for today.